Does anyone second that nomination?
Second.
Is there an additional nomination?
Yes, I was going to nominate Commissioner Weldon again.
I'll second that.
Second, right? That's it. Now we go to,
Yeah.
Or you can
And
ask
that's
if
it,
there's
everybody,
any
there's any
other.
other
is
nomination?
there an additional nomination? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a voting sequence of.
Yeah, I would say the best way to do it is to say, ask how many are in favor of Mr. Green first, and then after that, go to, if that's, if you have the number, requisite number, then it's over, or you go to the next vote.
All right,
So wait, this is your first
yeah, this is the first one on this.
organizational meeting as secretary of the
What's
board.
going on right now? All right.
Take your time, we
We
good.
will take a roll call or a count for Commissioner Green. We'll start with, do I read the names off?
Sure.
Now do the roll call.
You got your roll call.
Yeah.
All right. Commissioner Gentry?
No.
Commissioner Green?
No.
Commissioner Lopez?
No.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes, oh, no, excuse me, no, but if you make the motion, you should at least vote yes. I'm just asking for,
I'm reading the room, so, yeah.
not about me, it's about how you feel.
All right.
Okay. We have 4 no's, so that would throw back that vote.
We'll move on to the next nomination for chair with the vote.
I didn't get a chance to vote, I'm off the list. I mean, I know I was late.
We already,
I said Commissioner
You
Corey.
guys, there were 4 votes.
I mean, you want to,
There were 4 votes, and you can do for the record if you want, there were 4 votes against already, so it's,
well, at least put the vote on the record.
I want to vote on the record. I think I should get a chance to vote.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and vote.
Yes, respectfully.
Commissioner State?
Respectfully, no.
Thank you.
Commissioner Walker, Chairwoman Weldon Gordon. All right. Now for the next nomination, we have Chairwoman Weldon Gordon. Well, we have Commissioner Weldon.
Mr. Wells, right,
All
correct.
right. Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes,
Commissioner Staten,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Commissioner Weldon Gordon. And so we have a new chair, or continued chair,
Yeah.
Chairman Weldon Gordon.
As the song said, boss is the same as the old boss.
Right, here we go. Boom.
Thank you.
So now,
Listen to you.
You didn't have it, did you?
we have nominations for the vice chair.
Mr. Secretary,
Yes,
I nominate Commissioner Simon Lopez.
nomination for, the
Second.
we
Third.
have a second, okay,
4.
all right. Nomination. That's, Raines.
Thank you.
Yes, up. All right.
Probably before you just take the vote, you know, one down, and then proceed to another one. You can ask for the nomination if you want.
Do we have any other nominations for vice chair? Seeing none, we'll take a vote.
Mr. Board Secretary, seeing that there aren't any, I suggest we make the motion by acclamation.
Is there a second for that?
Second.
And I guess the vote will be all in favor of Mr. Lopez being the vice chair by acclamation, all indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, sorry to steal your thunder, but you're right.
All right. Now,
Congratulations, Simon.
congratulations, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have a.
You can adjourn.
You have to adjourn.
You have to do the motion. You can do the turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved, Madam
Second.
Chairwoman.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, vote.
Just in time for the next meeting.
Okay. She knows.
Yeah, it'll be separate.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'll answer.
This meeting will come to order. It is to be noted in the book of minutes that require 48 hours Notice of this meeting was mailed to the office of the Times, Trentonian, and the clerk of the city of Trenton, as well as having been posted in the main entrance of the authority, 875 New Willow Street, in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Present.
Yeah.
Commissioner Green?
She has an emergency.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Staten?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon?
Yes. At this time, can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Commissioner Green? Absent. Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes.
Commissioner Staten?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon?
Yes. At this time, can I have the approval of the regular meeting minutes being held November 12th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Commissioner Green? Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
It's okay.
Take your time. It's all
Commissioner
good.
Raines?
Yes.
Commissioner Staten?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon?
Yes. At this time, we're having a report from the secretary.
At this time, we do not have a report from the secretary.
I'm sorry.
At this time, we do not have a report from the secretary.
Okay, we're going to resolutions.
All right. So
Thank-
first,
No, go ahead.
first resolution 2537 will be presented by Mr. Tibbs.
For the record, this is one that was tabled at the last meeting to be reconsidered today.
That we had from the budget.
Right.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
All right, so Resolution 2527, or 2537, excuse me. This resolution authorizes the Trenton Housing Authority budget for the fiscal year of January 1st, 2026, ending December 31, 2026. It is, again, recommended that the Board of Commissioners approve the budget for the fiscal year to come in January 2021.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution
2024, 2026.
2537?
So moved.
Second.
Anybody have any questions?
I have a statement.
Commissioner Raines?
I have a statement, not a question. Just want to commend Director Squire Tibbs and our secretary on the outstanding budget presentations they gave, especially for our newer commissioners that didn't know the ins and outs. I mean, it was a very good job for both of you gentlemen.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none?
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes.
Commissioner Staten?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon?
Yes.
I guess I'll jump to the next resolution on the docket is 2539. This resolution authorizes the approval for disbursements for November in the amount of $893,340.19, split between the general fund and the capital fund. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners adopt the resolution approving the disbursements for the month of December. Oh, excuse me, for the month of November. I'm getting ahead of myself already. I know we're here in December, but this is for the month of November.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-39?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Commissioner Green? Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes.
Commissioner Staten?
Yes.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon?
Yes.
That's all I have.
present resolutions 2540 through 2543. All right. So resolution 2540 is a resolution for the Housing Authority of the City of Trenton authorizing the adoption of the smoke-free policy. Our smoke-free policy that we put together, the research and resident surveys to information sessions was conducted between 2019 through 2018. Unfortunately, we had received a loss in our staffing, and it resulted in a delay of bringing the resolution to the board. We are now bringing this resolution that is a federal regulation or federal rule through our smoking policy. We are engaging the residents with this particular policy, and we're asking that the Board of Commissioners adopt resolution 2540, which is our smoking policy.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-40?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? I
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Go ahead, Commissioner Lopez.
You mentioned when the policy was initially drafted, I just wanted to confirm that according to today, if there were any updates or changes to, HUD's stance on, if there were any updates to their initial regulation.
From HUD's stance, we reviewed the necessary documentation. It was more stern in the delivery of trying to, I guess, entice residents not to smoke. But from the actual policy, there has been no additions or amendments to the policy from HUD. But it was just the language in which it was the delivery.
Okay. So you're saying then, just to follow up, that language changed over the years, or that in 2018-19, when they initially implemented this, that was the change of the language?
The language has changed today.
Okay.
Today's language changed.
There's another.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Ring.
I know when you first introduced it, there was some confusion on the state having a different standard, the federal government having a different standard, the city has a different standard, and the county has a different standard. So after reading it, I think you tried to chart some middle ground, and I wanted to commend you for that.
Thank you.
But there was, there's four different rules. Do we follow the HUD rules? Do we follow the City of Trenton rules because we're in the City of Trenton? Or do we follow the state rules because we're in the state of New Jersey? We have the same problem with our building. We're in a state building, but we're regulated by county rules.
Yes. And so we try to take some of the most stringent components to help with the compliance, but also knowing that some of these things will be very, very difficult for us to implement. And within the resolution, you'll see terms for when residents sign off on their house rules or they sign off on a lease that says that the housing authority is not the guarantor of no smoking. This is all a community issue. People have to understand and respect the community. But we will have violations as they go through it, where we'll be sending out the different notices. From a preventative standpoint and from a monitoring standpoint, we're researching different mechanisms that will help us identify where units are where people are smoking in, as well as the smoke content again, or whatever this comes from smoke. That's what we smoke.
The carcinogens?
Yes.
I'd also note that there is essentially what's, I would say, progressive discipline kind of policy here. So if there are violations noted, the third violation does enable the housing authority to take action to terminate the lease. Because I know some of the residents have questions about that. There are teeth in this policy to follow under certain circumstances.
Can we, follow-up question, is that right? Sure. What would be the special circumstances?
Well, and all that has to do with proving the violations at steps 1 and 2. And once they do that, and they follow all these procedures, and they're laid out in the policy itself, it would seem to me this is actually for your, the safer than Lincoln firm would be the one that actually enforce that, because it would be or attendant issue in court. But once these different steps are met, I don't want to read them all because if anybody can read it, but if they're followed to the T, then that does enable the authority to then take the final step and to pursue eviction if necessary, or terminate the lease, I guess technically, yes, which would involve eviction at some point. So.
Thank you.
My question would be, don't get me wrong, I don't smoke, but I know sometimes it's a struggle for people who do smoke, for them to stop smoking. The only concern that I have is, if we're gonna do this policy, I would really hate to have somebody evicted for not following the rules, but we have that every day. But the tenants need to know that this is going to be a strict policy and you're gonna follow it to the T, because this is also a health issue for other people who do not smoke. And a lot of times, when HUD first announced this and we had a conference in Atlantic City about it, I asked the question, how do you monitor someone who smoked? Because the housing authority works from 8:30 to 4:30. What people do after that is their business. But in our conference, they stated that all the units were gonna be painted. And normally, when people smoke, you know, that lingers in the air. And that's how they can tell if you are still smoking in your unit, you know. And then there's also the signs where you can't be 25 feet from the building when smoking.
Correct.
So, are you gonna have a meeting with the tenants so everybody can be on the same page and then nobody can come later on when it comes time for eviction time to say, I'm being targeted, I'm being picked on, I didn't know.
Yes, so we looked at what the measures that we're taking to introduce this policy to the residents in 2019 to 2018. We looked at those measures and we are reintroducing that. So we're doing a resident education process at the senior buildings, as well as we're putting in necessary signage from 25 feet and notices for infractions. So we're going through that process and we're looking to identify additional support mechanisms
Okay.
to, you know, if it's introduction of nicotine patches, those things. So we're trying to be as helpful as possible and making sure that people understand the importance of changing.
I have a question.
Commissioner Walker?
Has anything been done about the employees?
Yes, we've had discussions with employees and we're reintroducing our employee manual and the status of what they should and shouldn't be doing.
It's in writing,
Yes.
it's in writing somewhere?
We have it in writing and we've had notifications back to staff, especially from the security personnel.
Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon.
Yes.
Next resolution is Resolution 25-41. This resolution seeks to have the board adopt the compensatory policy for personnel. This policy is governed by the Labor Standards Act, and we are seeking to introduce this policy among staff after noticing we have a large share of our staff that work overtime. They do a lot of community events, and we would, you know, be seeking to make sure that in their absence from the agency or the time that they spent from the agency, they were compensated from additional time off and making sure that, you know, they are taken care of.
Just so everybody understands, compensatory time is an option to overtime. So people can be paid overtime if the law requires, if they're a certain status employee. But you can offer the compensatory time in lieu of that under certain circumstances, which is what this policy does.
And that, well, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's good.
That's in our negotiated, agreement with the union.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And this would also apply to any non-union staff who would be subject to the same.
No, no, that's how it is with the county.
Right, yep.
And so this is another way for, equitable opportunities for staff to make sure that, everybody's treated fairly and we recognize the time that's spent in addition to their hours of service.
I have questions, but we need to adopt that first. Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-41?
So moved.
Second.
Move.
Any questions? I have several.
Go for it.
So, for one, you want to compensate
Unnecessary compensation, offset compensation.
for them. What is their job description? Is this duty in their job description?
No. So the duties of us having as an example, the services that was provided for doing the staff program. So when the staff program funding was lost, we had staff that came in on Saturday that provided alternative food measures. We had staff that came in during their personal hours to give out mattresses. Because people are not all home at 3 p.m., they stay later. So to offset that overtime cost that, shoots our budget up, we have different hours that we offer for them to stay home or to come in a little bit later. You understand?
I could answer the questions for which employees this applies to. Under the federal law, employees who are considered exempt are not subject to overtime. For example, if they're salaried people, for example, perfect example. So they would not be subject to that. But anybody who was considered a non-exempt employee, it's certainly that you're union staff, but anybody who's also non-union but would qualify for that would then also qualify for being paid or compensated under these terms. So it depends on your classification and whether you're exempt or non-exempt. And a lot of people, it's an easy thing to have your eyes glazed over when you hear that. But federal law has certain definitions as to what types of positions are non-exempt, which would then not have this type of pay, or those that, exempt would not have this type of pay, or the non-exempt, which would then be, would qualify for this.
So did you ever think about looking into maybe they will have comp time?
Oh, it is.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
This gives,
I'm just thinking,
this gives the flexibility,
Okay.
so in lieu of overtime, you can do this, under
Okay.
certain circumstances, right?
any other questions? Roll call?
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
Resolution 2542 is an additional policy that we're seeking to update and actually bring into our actual fold for employees. We were previously operating under COVID standards from the emergency, where we were offering people the opportunity to telecommute and work from home. So this particular policy makes it an actual employee perk. And for certain staff members that have the ability to work from home, we will give them the ability to work from home. And it's also for, employee retention measures, for us building our staff and making them more equitable opportunities.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-42?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? I have one. So who is allowed to work from home?
I can provide you a list of positions, but in the aspect of naming staff, I will refrain from doing that at this point.
Especially in a
So-
public meeting.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. So is that for directors or different departments?
It will be cross positions, excluding positions that are exempt from doing so. As an example, maintenance staff can perform their job function from home. Security staff cannot perform their job function from home. So I can provide a listing of those positions
see that.
Yeah, it was actually in the policy itself, that says list, not exclusively, it does list some of those times.
Yeah, it does.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staten,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
And now we have, what's the next one?
2543, the walk, the
2543 is our walk-on resolution. This resolution has been presented to the board, first in the format of the board establishing the committees in June of this year. It was voted on for us establishing standing committees. Now we are bringing it to the board to make it a resolution, a policy for the board to have these standing committees.
To memorize it.
This is also consistent with the updated bylaws.
And it's the updated bylaws as well as the recovery plan. So part of our recovery agreement with HUD, it was strongly suggested that we establish these committees for additional governance, policy monitoring, and financial monitoring.
May I have a motion to adopt resolution 2543?
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green, I'm sorry, Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staten,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
So our next piece of information that we have is our information education session. And so from an information education session, we will be updating the board on different policy changes and amendments to policies by HUD. I have Mr. Tibbs that will be presenting a policy change that was presented to us.
All right, so upon the board request, one of the things we were trying to do is pull together some things that are happening in the industry that make sense and kind of bring it to the board's attention. For this first one, I thought was very pertinent, given the time frame of our budgeting season and going through that idea of kind of solidifying the budget for 2026. The article that you guys have is an article that I was printed out from the most recent FADA magazine, which is our Public Housing Authority District Directors. This article highlights cash management. For the current guidelines have been in place for decades for how PHAs manage the cash management function of their of the organization of the operation, ensuring that the residents' needs are being met timely. Based on this new pronouncement, this may subject some of our funding, meaning that the subsidy would be looked at as a secondary effect as opposed to focusing on the revenues received in-house. So the rents collected that by the agency would need to be exhausted first before we can actually draw down funds. If that being the case, there may be, could put the agency in a situation where we are slow to react against some of the needs or wants of our residents, such as emergencies and things along those lines. So as we move forward in 2026, we took a firm approach in the budget and tried to align that with this in mind. These pronouncements are, I won't say final, but they are preliminary in place with to go into effect for 2026. Unfortunately, this isn't anything that we can do. There isn't anything that we can do as an agency other than try to prepare ourselves as we move into 2026 to address these needs and wants, better align ourselves to increase the revenue streams that we have outside of subsidy. But as you know, when looking at our budget, we receive 60% of our actual revenue stream is derived from subsidy from the government. So with this change or pivot from the federal government, it's very imperative that we are in tune with our costs and our revenue streams as we continue to move forward, which is why we took a cautious and approach of putting together the budget for 2026, and we're trying to making sure that we can, again, address the needs of the residents as quickly as possible as we continue to move forward in our agency. So, there are currently, as we stand, or as of right now, there is litigation from both FADA, NARRO, as well as CLAFA, which are the organizations that lobby on behalf of agencies, such as housing authorities, to push back on these potential changes. But as of right now, there hasn't been any directive as to whether or not they'll be pulling this back, or if they're going to pivot or make a change. So as we prepare for January, I know the recent shutdown was pushed out through to December. Going into January, we are potentially preparing ourselves for another government shutdown, and that's what we're actually kind of operating the agency under, that same premise. So we want to make sure that the board is aware, and we are also trying to make sure that the residents are aware of the current stance of the agency, as well as the industry as a whole at this present time.
Thank you so much.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Anybody have any questions?
Did we already motion?
This is
This is just education. This is just formal dialogue, communication, education.
Yes, I do have
Commissioner Lopez?
a question. And so, under this new model, in the case of a government shutdown, we technically wouldn't really have any cash reserves in the same way that we would before, because we're expected to spend what we get immediately for the subsidies. And so,
Well,
So Mr. Tibbs, I can explain, it's about our rent collections. So they want to exhaust all of that first, and then ask for subsidy. So we still will have our operating reserves, given the case that we don't collect 100% of the rent in a given month. You still can use that aspect if there's a delay from us receiving our operating subsidy. All right, so it's like you have to exhaust Part A, which is our current revenue from residents, then you request for operating subsidy. If there is a delay from that operating subsidy, we would have to use our
reserves.
Like that.
absolutely.
okay. And when it comes to the subsidies, we generally have a good idea of what we're gonna get, but there can be changes that cause us to get less than we anticipated, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So that's the main challenge.
That's built on the occupancy and things along those lines that,
And also
for us
the
maintaining
federal
that.
government, administrative, if the administration decides to fund
Change
us
that
out.
formula.
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Any other questions, Commissioner Rams?
So previously, this past shutdown we had, which was like 45 days. Did they cut down, did they cut off funding back any during that time?
No, during the previous shutdown, well, take it back a step. This recent previous shutdown, there wasn't any freezes on the accounts.
Okay.
Prior to that, though, earlier in the year, when we initially, I guess the initial talk of the shutdown happened, they did freeze all capital funds as well as all operating subsidy accounts. So once they locked that down, we were unable to draw down those funds, and we were left to our pulling from our reserves as well as any operating revenue that we receive on
No,
a
I
operating
understand
basis.
that, but my question was, this is the longest shutdown that we've ever had from the federal government. They didn't do it then. That's the point I want to make.
Yeah, but to that point, the change is with this pronouncement is that now they won't you won't be able to draw down that subsidy. They want you to utilize the
Well,
cash
yeah,
on hand
yeah.
first
Board
to that
secretary
point, as opposed to
explained that to us.
absolutely,
Or to me,
potentially.
so I speak for myself.
Any other questions? Hearing none, is there any thank you so much. Is there any old business? Hearing none, is there any new business?
We have to include public sessions, yeah, that was at the education.
Okay. At this time, we have public comment. If anybody would like to speak, I hope you wrote your name on the paper. Commissioner Stilton, I just wanted you to know. The
Ms.
ones
Hutchinson?
in the back wanted your information because they
I'm gonna
wanted
give
to
it
call
to
it. All right,
So, thank
so I just figured I'll let you know that.
Record should also note that Commissioner Walker exited the meeting at 12:29.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you
My
today?
name is Deborah Hutchison. I am Vice President on the Resident Council of Josephson Building. I wanna, talk about a few things that some of the residents has brought up at the meeting last night. We had in the building. One is that we pleased to know that Ms. Stanton has adopted the building. And the second thing is a lot of the residents want to know about the upcoming election for the resident council. They also expressed about the 30-day visitation policy. It was told to us last month when we had our building meeting that once you use up your 30-day, you can't have no more days until however they rotate it or however they do it. It's a grandmother that's in the building. She has 22 grandchildren. And they sometimes visit her. They're a very close-knit family. And sometimes she needs more than 30 days for her grandchildren to come, visit her and stay with her for a while, spend time with her and things. So, they also express that with security, if security has a falling out with a visitor that comes, that they ban the visitors. It was told to us that there is no permanent ban. If a person come there and commits a felony in the building and they ban them from the building, they have 60, 30, 60, or 90 days to be banned from the building, but they are allowed to come back into the building. It was told that head of security said that no one should be permanently banned. That anybody that was on the ban list is now off the ban list and they're allowed to come back in the building. When they ban that person from the building, they take up with another resident in the building. The same things happen with this person that happened with the first person. They told us that if they run out of 30 days, that if I have a visitor and my 30 days is up, I can't go to my neighbor and say, can you put my niece on your list for her to come stay, but she'll be at my apartment. They said it was a no-no. They said it cannot happen anymore and they weren't honoring it anymore. And we have people that's in need of caretakers. They went and followed the proper procedure to get that person approved to take care of them in their unit, but it was denied. It's a lot of other people that has caregivers in there that's not really caregiving. They just staying there and not helping the residents when people that really need a caregiver was denied. And they want to know what is the proper procedure or how can they go about, what do they do to get their caretaker that was approved through a doctor or brought the doctor's note, and they want to know what can they do to get approved and who evaluates the ones that's already there claiming to be caregivers. They want to know how does this happen. Maintenance came in the community room and we had sewage leakage over there at Josephson. They cleaned it up. They They did a wonderful job cleaning it up, making it better, but they changed the tiles in the ceiling, but it's still leaking. It's soiled again. He just changed it Monday, and the mold and sewage and everything is still came down on the new tiles that they put in the community room. We have a door that's in the community room that we have been asking for a long time to be fixed, that we hold bingo supplies in, but we no longer can hold it in because when you pull the door falls apart. And we've been asking for them to do that.
Is that a closet door?
Yes, it's in the community room. It's the only, well, it's not the long closet door, it's the short closet door by the kitchen. Maintenance, not the maintenance, Trenton Housing Authority, when they hire contractors from outside to clean out apartments, they need for those people that's cleaning out those apartments to clean up after themselves. When they take trash out of an apartment and it drags out and it drops on the floor, we need for them to clean up after themselves to make sure that no one is getting hurt. We asked for them to look at, we have a resident that almost fell on the 7th floor because the tiles, as I said last time when I was here, the tiles are up on that floor. They fixed the lighting, but they didn't do the tiles. And she told us yesterday she almost fell. And she walks with a walker. And she's on that side where the tiles is at. We got new housekeeping in our building, a new contractor in our building. We don't really know what happened to the old one. No one even told us that they were going to be looking at new contractors or new contractor was coming. We just know it was a change. The person doesn't speak any English. I spoke with her myself. She does not speak any English at all. And that's the problem when we're telling her to leave a door open and she couldn't understand what I was saying. She just kept saying yes, yes, but she never understood what I was saying. The tile on the elevator, inside the elevator, is being knocked loose. We told them about it, but before long, it's going to be off the wall. So we don't know what they can do about that.
Okay, Ms. Hutchinson,
Mhm.
I just wanted you to know that your time is up.
Okay.
Some of these issues I would like you to talk to Patrona about.
Mhm.
And then secondly, since Commissioner Staten adopted your building,
Mhm.
you can talk to her about some of the issues too, and then she can bring it to the board.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Ms. Denise McCray?
Hello, my name is Miss McCray. I live in Josephson, and I'd like to thank you for putting those no smoking signs up. I really do, and about the educational piece. Last month, I requested a reasonable accommodation, but I didn't get any response. Mr. Lake doesn't respond to my email, and I handed it over here. And I still haven't heard from anyone. And
I'm sorry, what was the complaint?
a reasonable accommodation
For?
because of the smoke in my apartment.
Okay.
And since then, I have discovered that it's coming from the pipes in the back of the building, coming into my bedroom and my balcony door. I have 3, and it goes upwards. So I thought it was all marijuana and cigarette smoke, but my air quality monitor kept turning red and alarming right by the patio door. So I went outside to try to figure out where the smoke was coming from. And I have a sensitivity and an allergy to smoke. And I have 3 letters from my doctors I moved there because the smoke was coming through my vents in a luxury affordable apartment. So I was hospitalized with sepsis for 5 days. Then after that, I feared sleeping in my apartment because I didn't want to get sick again. But it got too cold to sleep into my apartment. So this apartment became available. So I took it. But as you see the smoke generating,
It's important.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No
I
problem,
just
I
really
understand.
was feeling it.
I got it.
So, and I have pictures of that, and I also have pictures of my air quality monitor turning different colors with the instructions and the guidelines, with the telling you what that means. Poor, very poor air quality. I sealed the vents in my bedroom and in the bathroom, keep smoke from coming in. I have 3 doctor's excuses here. And the lawyer is completing my constructive eviction now from when I moved here. We're ending that community health law project because of the smoke and the air quality. So I wanted to know, huh?
Could you repeat that?
Which one?
You're ending a legal proceeding?
Because where I moved from, I got a constructive eviction because of the air quality
What is that?
causing me to hospitalize.
What is a constructive eviction?
A constructive eviction is that when you can break your lease and not be
Okay.
penalized.
All right.
And what I wanted to say, because I know I don't have a whole lot of time, yesterday I went on an interview because I'm on the top of a list at another HUD building. But she told me that I had to move in 7 days and that there had to be 24 hours between me leaving that HUD apartment and getting into the new HUD apartment. So I called the HUD hotline and they referred me to New Jersey Housing Mortgage Finance. And they also, the Newark field office and to Region 2, New York, New York. So it says go to your manager first. So that's what I'm doing before I start involving outside people. Because I heard you say that to the lady about the pantry problem because she went to the councilwoman.
Okay.
So I would like to do that. I know resources because like I said, I'm a nurse, retired. But I wanted to present it here. I don't know when my name will come up on another list and I have an opportunity to move that's affordable. And I have 2 friends that live there and they enforce their no smoking policy. And my thing is that other people may not be as sensitive as I am, but I'm immunocompromised because I'm a cancer patient. So it affects me differently than other people, even the smell and the taste. And thank you so much. I'd like to know who's going to assist me in this matter or who you're going to refer me to because I go back to my interview tomorrow. She canceled, but I left and I called her back. I said, well, somehow I'm going to get the money. Please don't skip me. Keep me on the list. So she rescheduled me from Tuesday to tomorrow. So I go back to her tomorrow. I really do have to move because it's detrimental to my health. So I'd like to know who's going to assist me or refer me to someone that's going to answer my emails, before I start going outside.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes,
before you
sure.
sit down?
I'm sorry. I move around.
So you say you had an interview tomorrow, so do you want to move or do you want to stay?
I want to move because I just,
So since you want to move.
I smoke in a I sleep in a
I get it, but
Okay.
since you want to move, why do you need to talk to somebody? Because you already made up your
because
mind
of
that you wanna
the HUD regulations. I saw her Tuesday. She said I had to move in 7 days
move. Okay.
from this apartment to the new apartment, and there had to be a 24-hour lapse between me doing that. So I don't see the possibility. But I have 3 letters from my physician that says that it's an emergency for my health and it's hazardous.
Okay. So the executive director will have a conversation with you
Which
today.
person is that? Thank you.
Ms. Roulette Hamilton?
I'm sorry, Hammond. What's his name? I was just checking if I got married. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you today?
I woke up, I am blessed and highly favored. Pray the same for you all.
Yeah.
My name is Roulette Hammond. I live in the Josephson building. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? Yeah, all right. So,
What floor?
I'm sorry, apartment 705.
Thank you.
Thank you. First things, let me just do this first. Every time I come in here, I see this flyer on the table. It's Wellness Wednesdays, something we partner with other people with. Could someone make sure that we get that in Josephson, please? Because we don't get this. It would be really nice. Thank you. All righty. Okay, I'm gonna check off as I go along because we're on the same council. So, the one thing about the cleaning people who do the moves and clean up the apartments for new residents, they like to throw things over the terrace. Okay, and as they do that, they don't clean down the street, on the ground level. And if they do a blankety blank job. We need a social worker in our building. We've got a lot of people in the building who are sick and shut in. And it's not a temporary thing. It's like some of the things are going to be like this. It's going to be like that until they go to see the Lord. So that's one thing. She talked about the young lady who doesn't speak English. We talked about the tiles. So maintenance put in the new tiles yesterday or day before yesterday. And already there's soil because the problem is not the tiles. The problem is that we have a leak in the sewage in the ceiling. And it's extending from the community room all the way to near where the pool room opens, which is maybe about 40, 50 feet. So every time they put a new thing and wasting money, it's going to soil again because the root of the problem is not being taken care of. All right, somebody got shot and you're putting a Band-Aid on the bullet wound. And that's how it's working out. Okay, let's see. Laundry room. We've got the two front loaders are broken again. I'm sure somebody did something. And one of the dryers,
When you say broken again, can you confirm when the last time it was operable? What area?
I was in the laundry room yesterday, day before yesterday? Day before yesterday, so 2 days ago it was working.
So 2 days ago it was working and now it's broken.
Now, somebody made a comment that it's broken, I checked it, it's full of suds. And the middle, we have 3 dryers. The middle dryer, it doesn't close, like the magnet doesn't work, like when you close it, there's a magnet, so it won't close, so nobody can use that either. The machine where the carts for the laundry, for the machines is dispensed, it's been broken now for almost, two and a half months about. So you can put money in it if you have a card to put on your card, but you cannot get a new card. So that's what's going on with that. Our manager called and the people who are supposed to fix it are supposed to be there tomorrow. So they've been coming tomorrow for the card dispenser, but we also told them yesterday about the machines.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, dispensers, and for someone coming tomorrow. Okay, so wanted to see if Trenton Housing Authority could help us in the building, in different buildings, to bring in some help in reference to training people on how to, let's say Mary is in her apartment and let's say she had a drug overdose, right? And I'm there, and my first thing to think about is to either run away or put water on Mary, all righty, rather than see if somebody has some Narcolone. So what I would like to ask is, can we partner with somebody who can train people in the building and give them, even if it's just one, Because if somebody is in trouble in an apartment, so if I'm in 705 and 703 is in trouble, I'm gonna go down there and see if I can help, call 911. And if I figure it's drugs, then I keep narcolepsy in my apartment, okay, and bring it to the department, donate it to us, and train the people in the building so we can be able to help our neighbors. Because we are in, just listen, I don't know how it's going in other buildings, but we're taking people to the hospital and some of them not coming back in. I think of this portionate, even though we're older, you know, but some of this stuff is preventable. Okay? Okay, so we were talking about the smoking thing. Thank you. The smoking, oh, the last thing? All right, in that case, let's talk a little bit. I want to tell Ms. Green, Kaya Green, Tanya Grant, I don't know your first name, Mr. Tibbs, Mr. Darren Green, Kevin, your IT person, all of them have worked with us as we call with our concerns, complaints, issues, and everything, and they've been very gracious about it. So I complained about the computer and stuff the last time. Well, guess what? I got a brand spanking new one. It's gorgeous. Kevin came in and fixed it. I can't wait to email Ms. Kaya Green from it. So, and thank you too, sir. In that case, I can wait the next one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ashley Love.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. I'm blessed to be alive this morning to
I love
see all
this
of you
morning.
beautiful faces. My name is Ashley Love. I've been a resident here at Donnelly Homes for 10 years. Now, my last name is actually Love. I grew up in a house full of love, and so much love was poured into me, but not here in the city of Trenton. I was raised in a township of Ewing, but my parents, Evan and Chanel Love, they actually met right here in Donnelly Homes in 1980. So when me and my father moved here 10 years ago, it was devastating for me, but for them it was just, you know, they got a kick out of it. Yeah, they started, you know, reminiscing on, you know, how they met and things like that. But today I was encouraged to come and just to speak about the impact that I've been making in the lives of the youth in Donnelly Homes. And for the longest, I've watched kids grow up and go to the other side of, you know, from Roselle to Martin Luther King or to Southern Street and just become a product of their environment. I've seen kids just rip and run with, you know, just fighting each other with nothing to do besides the programs that Ms. Tanya Grant and Darren Freedom Green has for the like summer camps and after school programs. But besides that, there's really nothing for them to do. For the longest, I thought I didn't have any purpose here. I was just surviving being here. Until this year, things changed. I've seen new kids this year, and I connected with them and just invited them to my church. Now I'm the youth advisor over at New Mount Carmel Baptist Church. It's located at 119 West Ingram Avenue. And ironically, my parents that met here in Donnelly Homes in the 1980s, they got married at that same church in 1988. And I just invited a couple of kids just to come over, you know, hey, maybe if you like music or if you like instruments, just, you know, come over and, you know, see what church is about. And a couple of them came, right? 5 of them came and they loved it, right? They came and they were so excited to come. And, you know, of course they didn't know any church etiquette, you know, at first, but as they started to come, they started to learn, and they started to learn the songs, and they started to invite friends. And this has been since the second week in June. Now, I don't have a vehicle that I own, so I've been walking them around to the church since the second week in June, and it's been great. They've been just so excited. They run up to me, Miss Ashley, I was in school, and, you know, I was singing this song, and, you know, I remembered this, and I told this friend to come, and I get up on Sunday mornings now with just a new joy, like just a new joy to get up and to cook for them. I make them a warm breakfast every morning. Grits, it's usually grits, eggs and turkey sausage, and they love it. Now, mind you, I'm not a cook. My mom, she was a cook. She's a cook, and she owned a soul food restaurant, but I was the one always at the table ready to eat, not really learning how to. But I know a little bit, so, you know, and it's just me in the home, so I really don't cook for myself like that, but I just get up with such great joy on Sunday mornings to cook for them and to, you know, just take them over to the church, and it's been so great. Back in August, I went out to Foreman Mills and I bought all of the young men white shirts, white collared shirts, and the girls dresses with stockings. And when I tell you their whole attitude changed that next Sunday when they were in uniform, they felt so good, and it was like a newness to them. They walked in with confidence, and they were up singing and up testifying. I'm just like, oh, God is good, huh? Praise the Lord. So it's been so great, but we struggle with, now there's 11 of them, and we struggle with, you know, getting over there because there's so many, and now it's getting cold. But I had the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Darren Green, and asked him if he can just, you know, if we could borrow the van to take these kids over around the church, and he has faithfully since October been picking us up from Donnelly Homes and taking us around the corner to the church on Sunday, and that's just been a heaven sent, because it was the need, and the kids was tired of walking. They enjoyed it in some time, but if you can imagine, this all you know, they're friends, so they're fighting on the way there, and by the time we get to the church, they're sick of each other, you know, and so it's just been heaven sent to have that vehicle. But I've been the church haven't had many youth. So this is like the first time we had like the actual youth program in a long time. So like I'm the youth advisor, and I teach the Sunday school, and I really fund all of the everything. We did a hallelujah party, you know, on Halloween night. You know, they came and they didn't know what was going on, but I just said, come in and say hallelujah. You know, they came in their costumes, and I bought pizza and chips, and one of the parents here, she stepped out, she bought candy, and it was so great. We actually have a Christmas play, the Christmas story, the birth of Jesus, coming up December 21st, and they have roles, and they are so excited about their roles. They're calling each other, they're meeting up at each other's house, going over lines, and they're just so excited. It's a newness. They like to be involved in something, and it's really making a great impact on them. But you know, funds is running a little low. You know, the church we try to fundraise and things like that, but you know, I do what I can, you know, what I have. You know, I don't have much, but I try to, you know, I get a knock at my door now, and it's not just Sundays, now it's every day of the week. They see my work card pull up, and they, Miss Ashley, he has some bubble gum, and it's just so great. And for the long time, I just was surviving over here. Now I really feel like I have a purpose. It meant something all these years for me to be here, because the impact that I'm making in these children's lives. Thank you
so much.
Mr. Kenneth Hill.
Good morning, board. Good afternoon, board. Just a couple of things from Prince Towers. Number one, 811, Mr. Philip Roberts, his fire alarm went off. He called security to tell them about it, and no one answered. That was the security in the building, I understand. The residents stated that the alarm went off for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes, the resident said he was cooking, and that was the alarm was going off. Number two, front and back door area concrete is damaged. It is covered with rugs. June cold fell. Other residents had tripped. Number three, we as floor captains and resident council should be made aware of new residents moving in the building, and on what floor? On the floor. Parking lot lights is out. Cars are being vandalized. our lights is out, we have to sometime walk the people, if they allowed us, to their cars, their aides who come at night. We walk them out to the cars if they allowed us. Some of them park in the front. Stuff of that nature. Security. Like the armed guards, do they supposed to be back there sometime with the lights on? We had one guard that was back there. He would park back there and the lights would be on, and that would help out. From like 12 midnight to 3 in the morning, I've seen him back there a couple of times.
Are they walking the perimeter? Is that what you're?
He parked the car and he come in the building. He goes up the steps in the building. He do. But I'm saying, by him parking that car, that makes a difference with the lights on.
They'll leave his headlights on, is what you're saying?
The lights, flashes, like the police.
Oh, okay, got it, thank you.
Yeah,
That, at this point in time, that's a part of our fire watch for the building.
okay.
But that's not like a continued service that we'll be able to maintain for next year.
Okay.
But we'll look at providing additional support
And then like, me and a couple of residents was talking, I was like, well, y'all call over 875. I said, ask for Miss Tammy Grant. I said, she'll come over here. What she do? If you call her, she's here, she'll come over here. So, you know, just certain people with certain things. We the French Tower.
What do you mean by you call Miss, what do you call?
No, I'm saying, when she's here, when she's working, and it's a problem, she'll come.
Okay.
If she get time, she'll come over and.
And that's security or?
Security.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying, so she'll come at what point in time, like the.
Yeah, to see what the problem is, if
Okay.
she's working,
Okay.
you know. So we feel comfortable with somebody coming and hear what's going on. And residential rest towers. We, the we the residents of French Towers, thanks to board members, all of you guys, for taking time out. We come up here, we know 365 days a year, all the meetings we come to, you hear what everybody had to say, and you got to go through a lot of stuff. So, but we appreciate coming here and letting y'all know what's going on with us. We also like to thank Mr. Leggett, because he's always on hands when you call. Trenton Housing staff members, the French Tower staff members, and last but not certainly, Mr. All the time, anytime you call him, Mr. Green. We'd like to thank Mr. Darren Green. And also, I would like to bring up that a lot of times, you know, you have problems in buildings. You're gonna always have something somewhere. But we have a lady, Pastor Sadie Graves, she's been in the building 15 years preaching and having Bible study, coming downstairs. It's wide open to anybody. So we feel the presence of God in our building each and every day, because we know we're being prayed for, we know we're being think about. And not everybody had it. So I'd like to thank Pastor Sadie for what she do to get the residents to come down, those who do. And I'd like to thank Ms. Kaya Green and Ms. Tanya Grant for helping us with our activities, and the enjoyment we get out of that is picked up tremendously. And God bless you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
I think that's all.
No,
Did anyone else want to speak?
Praise the Lord, everybody.
All right, yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you to
Can you tell me your
Mr.
name
Clint
first, please?
for your leadership.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Your name?
I'm sorry. My name is Pastor Sadie Greaves. I'm in French Towel, 630 West Lake Street, apartment 910. Been there for the last 15 years. I came in as a young lady and I'm still there and I'm growing old. Coming up on 70, I think I'm doing pretty good. God is good. I'm listening to everybody else's plaints from the different buildings. I began to think I was living in heaven over there at French Town. Oh my goodness! But God is good nevertheless. I have a question that I want to ask because of a problem that I had. The question is, what constitutes an emergency at 2 o'clock in the morning that would that the staff, the emergency staff, would come out to handle the situation? The reason I'm asking this question is because on the 17th of November, I have one. It's just one floor above me. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping and I heard this noise and I got up, and I got up I think a little too late, but there was water coming down through the bathroom, and I think I'm the only apartment in the building that has the drop ceiling like that. I was told that, and the water was streaming down, and it was streaming so bad till the towel in the bathrooms fell down. I have pictures if anybody want to see. And then the water proceeded out into the bedroom. I jumped on the phone and called security. She called over to wherever emergency is. Then she said, they say they come, and so then about an hour I called back because no one had called me. They took my phone number and everything. Nobody reached back out to me. So I'm concerned now because the way the water was pouring down, I'm sure it was getting into the light switches and things like that, and I felt insecure. And so I called security back, and she said, well, I called them, and I called them a couple of times, and she said, I called a lady upstairs, and she said that, oh, she left the water on, and she forgot that she had the water on running. And so I said, okay. So then I said, who's coming out here? So she said, I done called them a few times, and she said, let me give you the number and you call them. So I called, and the lady said, somebody is going to come out. We calling, and we trying to get somebody out here now to see what's going on. In the meantime, my whole apartment is being drenched. The carpet that I had put in on my paid for myself, it got drenched as well. And the water is pouring down and it's dirty. The walls are saturated with water in my bedroom and in the bathroom. The towel is falling and everything. Nobody came out. Nobody came out. So the next day, we were the same day because it was on a Monday morning, before 2 o'clock on Monday morning, a.m., that we was also having the fire marshal to come out. So the fire marshal, nobody came from, I called maintenance, I went through the channels, I called downstairs, the manager, I called all around, and nobody said, okay, everybody was saying, okay, somebody is going to come out, somebody's going to come out. So then now the fire marshal can't come in, nobody has came out, and it's maybe about 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon when he came in, and I'm still sitting there, can't use my bathroom because all the derby is down in the bathroom. And so when he came in, I wouldn't turn on any lights because I was afraid that I didn't want to get electrocuted. And so I was afraid to turn on any lights. So I said to the maintenance man came in with the fire marshal. So I said to the fire marshal, I said, oh, I'm glad to see you. I said, now you can give me a better idea whether it's safe for me to turn on these lights or not. So the maintenance man came in at that time, and because he was with him, and he went and he started looking at the lights, and he said, oh yeah, you can turn them on. And the fire marshal, he went over and he looked and he said, I'll take a note of this. He said, I'm taking a note of this. So they said, well, somebody is coming back. Now this is the same day, but all these hours later, nobody came from an emergency service to give any assistance, to do anything. Okay, so after they left, I'm expecting somebody to come in and try to help because I have an eye problem. I couldn't see to do the cleaning or none of that stuff. So I'm sitting there waiting. Nobody came. And here it is, 4 o'clock in the evening. in rushed Fran and the maintenance man, and Fran grabs the broom, and she started getting up the towel and things from that fell from the ceiling. He's checking to make sure I can use the lights. This is almost going into the evening. Why did I have to wait on an emergency call that long to try to get somebody to come out and help? I could have been electrocuted. Anything could have happened. I'm not gonna think, of the bad possibilities. Okay, so nobody came out of all that time. So my question is, what do the house have to be on fire and the building actually, what if it catch on fire and start burning down and the fire alarms don't work, or I can't get, what do it take to get emergency? What is emergency? Can somebody?
Yeah.
I'll stand up to that. And I'm gonna look into your incident, because I didn't hear anything about the 17th, but any active leak is considered an emergency. And you did do the proper thing by calling on call. And they did the proper thing by calling, I guess, reaching out to security. Security reached out to whoever was on call, and I'm gonna look into who was on call that evening and why it wasn't handled the following morning. So I'll look into it and I'll give you an update on that.
Thank you so much.
I just have one more thing to say. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just have one more thing to say. Our building is a good building. French towels. We don't have a whole lot of problems. We just have a few. One problem that we do have with the residents is that they get unruly sometime, and the complaints are presented here by Mr. Hill, and he tells about how the residents, how they get unruly sometime. But just writing a piece of paper and putting the complaint in is not doing enough. Because it's the same residents that's constantly doing the same thing, cursing and being belligerent in all the areas and things like that, and getting drunk, and it's just ridiculous. But overall, our council do a good job. Thank God for Mr. Green. He's very visible when he comes to our building. He helps us out. He helps us to the point where we don't need a social worker, because he does such an excellent job. And our residential council do an excellent job as far as keeping us abreast of what's going on and what's not in housing. Thank you, Mr. Clinton. I don't want to say your last name because I don't want to mess it up. Amen. But that,
I appreciate that, but what's your unit number?
910.
Thank you so much.
And now I'm gonna say one more thing. Mr. Jelani told us about 10 years ago that he was going to, I think that wasn't 10 years ago because you was there in that meeting, when he told us that he was going to do something about the overnight stays.
We will look into that, and Mr. Garrett is no longer here, so.
Yeah, I know.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay, he's no longer here.
All right.
But the one thing I want to say is, everybody advocating to get more days and nights. We don't really need that, just 15 more. Because what's going to happen is the family members are going to start trying to move in with their families. And I like the fact that my family can't come and stay with me no longer than that.
That's why you moved into that.
That's why I moved into that building. I like that. I don't want that too much to change. Maybe a couple of more days, but we don't need nobody to move in there. And because if you open the spectrum wide, you're going to get that. You're going to get people coming to stay for days, weeks, and months, and you ain't going to know it.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
That's right.
There's one more public comment.
I thought
Y'all
you
be
was the last
blessed.
one.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good. My name is Tammy Grant Funches. I'm second shift supervisor of security. And I'm here because I heard a lot of, this is my first time coming to the meetings. I didn't know anything about it. But I was hearing that it was a lot of problems with security, and I came to hear. And the problems y'all having, I'm not saying they ain't, because they are. And I understand the smoking, because my brother died of lung cancer and he didn't smoke at all. So the secondhand smoke, I understand. But the problem I have is, you said they could smoke, but they gotta be 25 feet from the building. But if they 25 feet from the building, they can't see the desk. Security can't see the desk, and we need to see the desk because me personally, our job is to protect the residents at all costs. And I'm big on that. Like Kenny said, if my security call me, I'm coming. 4 to 12, I'm coming. I'm gonna handle the problem. I'm coming. So a week ago, I had the problem at French, and I went. Like the lady said, she cussing my security out. Crazy. They saying that these people shouldn't get banned, but they need to get banned. Because she was totally out of control. She was so totally out of control, I had to call the police. When the police came, she was all over the place. Then she goes in the office and tell them that the girl's son bust her lip. We see, she videoed it. We didn't touch her. So then the other night I came over, she took a video of me and she sent it to someone. And she said, do you know this B? Because I need her effed up now. And so I went to management. I'm doing all the proper steps. They have not did anything. So I went to the police on Monday. I leave here at midnight. And if anybody jump on me, I'm sorry. It ain't going down like that. I'm nice, but I'm gonna protect myself at all costs. I have a 14-year-old daughter I need to get home to. And this is foolishness. To send a video of me and say something like that. And the only good thing is the girl that she sent the video to knew the other girl in the video. So she she sent it to her, and she said, this girl sending this video around saying, do she know y'all? Do anybody know y'all? And I leave out of here at midnight. And I don't know who's waiting in the parking lot for me or nothing. So Cherry walks me to my car, so I know once I get in my car, if they follow me home, I got something in there for them. So if I make it in there, they gonna be in some trouble. And these people, they saying, oh, they don't need to get banned, they don't need to get banned. They need to get banned.
Yes.
They need to get banned.
Yes. That's one way to keep our buildings safe.
And just like last week, we had an incident with the fire department. They told us not to let nobody park in the no parking. The security tells the lady, you can't park there. The resident comes downstairs and cuss her out. So he's telling her visitor, yo, go move your car. Security only doing their job. Right. They come in here and they tell the bad part, but they never tell what they do.
That's right.
And I'm here to tell that they beat us up. They beat us up. And I'm tired of getting beat up, and I'm not letting my people get beat up no more. I'm standing for them. And if they wrong, I'm telling them they wrong. When they arguing with them, I tell them, shut up. My mom always told me it take two people to argue. Somebody got to be smart. What is you arguing for? You told them what you had to say, stop.
That's right.
We ain't going back and forth, stop. So 4 to 12, I'm trying to get it under control. I'm trying to work, trying to do whatever I got to do. But when people start threatening me and I have to go to the police to get police, and they coming in here saying people shouldn't get banned, yes, they should. Because I shouldn't have to feel unsafe at my job.
That's right.
Because I work at Trenton and I've been there 25 years. They talking about smoking. We can't even smoke in our car. You can't smoke for 8 hours. So if you can't go 8 hours without smoking, you got, oh well. If you tell them don't smoke, they ain't gonna smoke. So that's all I had to say.
Thank you so much.
You are.
Thank you. A gentleman wanted to come back up. I don't know if that's permissible.
I just wanted to, Dolly, going through everything that I went through. But we want to thank you so much for what you did for us for Thanksgiving. We want to really appreciate that. And you know, so much was on the paper, but we really want to thank you for that so much. Everybody enjoyed themselves,
No problem.
and we appreciate you very much.
And I'd like to thank Tanya Green, Kaya, who pulled Thanksgiving out for us at the last minute. I'm very thankful for our
All right, at this time,
Well, then you adopt our building, right?
no, that's,
No, French
oh, that's French towers.
Yes, we French Tower.
Well, by me being the commissioner and the chair, I take care of all the senior buildings. I alternate. So I don't want anybody to feel
Yeah.
no different type of way. So all the senior buildings, you know, I take care.
Can we get
So-
another one then?
For Abbott and Joseph, just so everybody will know, I will be feeding everybody on Christmas Day from 12 to 2. So please be prepared to be there.
At the Abbott building.
The Abbott and Joseph, yes,
Josephson has to go to the Abbott building.
yes,
Do you need volunteers?
no.
Okay.
Oh, that was nice of her, yes.
One more thing I just want to say, we have the best resident council president, and I'm very prejudiced. We
Yes.
have the best resident council at French Tower. So if anybody need any pointers, he been there for about 50
Okay.
years.
At this time, we're gonna have commissioners comment.
Thank you.
Commissioner Staton?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to congratulate you on your second term, and to Councilman, to Commissioner Lopez, congratulations on your election as
Thank
Vice
you.
Chair. I have full confidence in both of you and your leadership. Look forward to working with you. To the residents who come out to speak, I always enjoy hearing from you. To Ms. Hutchison, and in your notes, I took them. So I'll be talking to you folks soon. I have my business card with my personal information as well, and I'll give that to one of you to contact me, okay? I was so looking forward to meeting Tammy Grant. I'm so glad you came up, because I really have a problem with security. I just always have a problem with security. So you kind of renewed my faith in it. I'm glad to know you are there from 4 to 12 in business. I'm sorry that you had that experience where your safety was, you know, threatened and compromised, but I am sure that you will do just fine. And I appreciate what you do for residents. I really do. I was so glad to hear about you. To Sadie Green, thank you for all that you do at the French Towers. There's nothing like being grateful and being able to be in an environment where you're able to praise and to worship and to praise with your fellow residents, because once you live in a building like that, you're all in close quarters, and so you are like family.
Yes.
And so it really does take that kind of togetherness to move things forward and not be alone. And so glad that you're there, guiding that guidance through your Bible study. Thank you. I'm thankful to Director Godfrey for the public education session that he is starting with us, because it was one of the things that I asked for, because I know that I don't know a lot of things, and so it just helps me to kind of keep up, and so, because the more I know, the better I'm able to help all of you.
Right.
So that was really good. Don't want to keep everybody. Too bad Miss the Ashley. What was her last name? From
Love.
How about that? Right? That was such a great story that she was able to get a hold of those youth to come in. 11. That's something.
Yes.
You know, my church. You know, one soul is just wonderful. 11 is even better. So that was good to hear. I hope that Mr. Green can continue to help them with the transportation. It is getting cold and kids do get finicky about stuff. But if you can, that's wonderful. I think that's all. Oh, and listen, I just wanted I had a death in the family last week, and it was sudden and it was difficult for me and my children. And you know, I shared it with the board, and they sent me this wonderful little flower arrangement, and I got it yesterday. I just want to thank you so much. I came home. My heart was still heavy. Yeah, it was very nice. That's all I have. That's all I have.
Commissioner Raines?
Just congratulations, I believe it's your 6th or 7th term as chair. You've been chair a couple times since I've been here. Congratulations, Commissioner Lopez. I
Thank you.
strongly suggest, you learn from the older members on the board and take their guidance not as criticism, but as guidance. All right. We're looking to you for leadership. And this is no, we can't be honest among ourselves. We can't be. Don't read the room. Vote your conscience. That's all I really have to share. That's what you're going to move into it. I have every faith in our board, secretary, and I have every faith in our leadership. That's all I really have.
Commissioner Lopez?
Thank you, Commissioner Raines, for your advice, duly noted. Thank you all also for voting me for vice chair. Looking forward to serving in this new capacity. I'd like to thank everyone who came out today. There was definitely a unique atmosphere, I think, today in the meeting. There was a lot of praising God, and I'm sure that contributes to that shift. I know I got goosebumps at one point as people were explaining the activities that are going down from a spiritual perspective, and so that's always nice to hear because that's just or really more important than certain things that we usually focus on. And so thank you everyone for coming out. There has been a really positive change over the last year and what these meetings look like and feel like, and I just wanted to celebrate that, especially since we're going to the end of the year and looking forward to how we continue to grow as a community and support each other in the ways that we can and need to. Thank you.
I want to say my heart is really full because on Thanksgiving we had such a wonderful time. As long as I've been feeding the seniors, I have never, ever ran out of food. I felt so bad that I ran out of food. And I ran out of gifts. So I had to go and replace all of that. But just to see the joy in everybody's faces, and they were up, they were dancing. My mother would be proud. I cried for a minute because I normally spend my money, what I have, on my mother. And by my mother not being here, I chose to do the seniors because that's where my money would have went.
God bless you, my child.
And I know people think I'm young, but I'm a senior also myself, and I just feel as though the people don't take care of the seniors like they normally do back in the day.
You're right.
You know, my grandparents was a very important part of our lives, so we all have struggles. We all struggling about something, some form, some way, somehow. And I just feel as though I just need us all to come together. Yes, we all have difficult times, but we can't take our frustrations out on other people, because you don't know what somebody else is dealing with. But I just want us to just come together a little more, and make it as a family unit, because y'all are in that building together every day, all day. So there are people and places for you guys to reach out to, and there should never be a problem that we can't solve.
Amen.
We have to know what the issue is first in order for us to solve the problem for you. But if we don't know, there's nothing that we can do. We only meet once a month. Y'all come after the fact, and then y'all tell the story. Did y'all go through the proper channel in order to get things resolved? And if you did, please bear with us. We have a new executive director. We are all learning. We are all growing. So this is something that I think that we can be better at. we all gotta help one another, okay?
Amen.
And the last thing is, on Christmas Day at the Abbott Building, and please, the people from Josephson, Miss Hammond, I'm gonna give you that task to please bring over your colleagues over to the Abbott Building, okay? So we can have a very Merry Christmas. We're gonna have some entertainment, we're gonna have some food, we're gonna have some gifts, we're gonna have a good day.
Madam, I wish I could be there. I gave up my Thanksgiving for Josephson. I'm going to be with family for Christmas.
It's okay.
Because like you, I just lost my mom too, so I'm going to go be.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So,
Okay.
well, we have an able vice president right here.
Okay.
She got this.
All right.
So
That's
she's going to dance for me too and dance and shake it
okay.
up.
All right. Commissioner Reyes.
we had joined Abbott Building when they gave us things. They invited Josephson over to Abbott Building. We're trying to mend the bridge between the two buildings.
Okay.
Jamie, resident over there, invited us and gave us 12 residents from Josephson Building Thanksgiving baskets. And we had church service. And we fellowship with Abbott Building in the community room. So we're trying to bridge that back.
Okay, I have one more question. On Saturday, I sent 50 plates to each senior building. Did y'all receive it? Did you not have food in the community room?
On what day?
On Saturday?
No.
Saturday we got the food
Were
from
they
the
individual?
firehouse.
Yeah.
Yes, from the
We
firehouse.
got food for the firehouse.
Yes.
For the residents who signed the paper, there were like 8 of them, 8 or 9 of them. And they got the food, yes.
It should have been 50 plates delivered.
No.
No, not there.
Okay, all right. 237 Hoffman,
Oakland.
Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we passed them out, we knocked on the ones who couldn't go out. The ones that went out, and when the fire department came, we got push carts and knocked on everybody's door. We didn't get them Saturday, we got them Sunday morning, gave them that stuff.
Okay. Commissioner Reyes, I apologize.
No, no need to apologize. I just have a question, and maybe my board members can help me that are here. I know when I was chair, and then you became chair, you let the board know when you did these special things. Hearing it at a board meeting is good, but you know, we're a team. And if we're gonna be a team, allow us to help you, all right? And and I know when I was chair, you would come to me and we'd get the whole board involved. And then when you became chair, I know I remember me and Commissioner Gary going on Thanksgiving
You did
and
come
Christmas.
one time.
Okay.
You did come one time.
We did more, I know I did when I was chair. There's nothing that went on here that if the commissioners held, I wasn't there. And you know, I wouldn't bring it up. And maybe Commissioner Lopez and Commissioner Staten can give me a little, tell me that, oh, she called me. Because I mean, you did the same, and you did the same thing when our last board secretary left. You planned this going away. We're a team. And all I'm asking you for you, as you start this new year in 2026, be more open. That's all.
All right now, I have been feeding the seniors since 2013.
You haven't. Did you know that, Commissioner State? Did you know that, Commissioner Vice Chair Lopez? You got to communicate with folks. You're the chair. That's incumbent upon you. It's not my responsibility, not Commissioner Green's responsibility, nor the Commissioner Gentry's responsibility. Chair is just not asking questions, moving resolution. Chair is being a leader.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? Motion. So moved. Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor?
Last month.
It's not included.
Thank you.
workers to get this signed.
Yeah, we need you guys to sign the audit resolution.
No, you don't, you weren't here.